Okay, Luke, here are your videos from the Judges Cut. Right, I've got a little bit of bad news, and that is that we don't have all of your videos. We've got the last two passes of your floor routine, your mushroom, your rings, your vault, but we missed your parallel bars, and the guys only got your dismount on high bars, so we don't have everything to show you, which I'm really disappointed about. But we'll take a look at what we do have, okay, and give you some feedback on that. So let's look at the last two passes of your floor, and then we'll look at it in slow-mo and talk about ways to improve it. Okay, good save on that.
Finish strong, buddy. Take it home.
All right, so let's take this back and let's look at it slow-mo. That didn't look too bad. Here's your run for your front handspring. 2, 3, 4, and a skip step. Good push on the skip step. Good stretch position here. That looks good. A little bit short on your step going into your front handspring. A little bigger step would be good. Oh, look at this, Luke. Okay. This has got to be fixed. Watch, you're going from your foot, into the air. You're airborne. Okay, so you're actually leaping off of your foot onto your hands for your front handspring. This is something that I've corrected, or that we've been working to correct with Valen, but this needs to be a rotational transfer of weight from your feet to your hands. You don't jump from your feet onto your hands. Okay, imagine if you did this on the round off, and we're going to look at your round off here and see you do it there also, if you do it there also. This is not good. You know, you want this to be a rotational thing. So we've got to work on this a little bit. That knee needs to stay bent until you get rotated onto your hands. Okay? This will give you a little bit stronger front handspring. You should be able to do front handspring fronts much more easily here. Okay? Coming slightly off the floor, off of one hand at a time. See that? Your right hand's coming up slightly before the other one. Your hand should stay behind you, and your head should actually be looking back at your hands here. This is pretty good though. Okay. Pretty good position. Good landing. Then your step to your handstand here looks like what I'd like your front handspring to look like. You're transitioning smoothly from your feet to your hands here. I just want an accelerated version of this when you do your front handspring. And here's your handstand. You're already picking your first hand up, and you're not quite in the handstand yet. Okay, and this is where your feet separate. And you're flexing that right foot. See that? Okay, that's going to be a 3/10 break, Luke. Okay, it's not just a 1/10 break. 1/10 if you got one foot or your legs slightly separated, but you know, it triples basically when you do both at the same time. Here's your half turn. Your head is popped out here. You need to be pushing taller in your handstand and keep that body tight. Okay. Didn't quite make the 360-degree turn. Okay, you're about 3/4 of the way through with your hands, but you did save this, and I'm pleased with that. Roll out and whoop. Okay, this is your sisson. Your arms should be out to the side. Your head should be up. Okay, and let's see how much of a split we get here. Okay, about 90 degrees. That's pretty good. If we can get more than that by lifting that front leg forward, you're going to get virtuosity. Okay, the head is down just a little bit here. I want that head up a little bit. Step to the corner. Aren't you already turning your hip? Okay, when you step to the corner, I want you to continue to face that corner. You don't begin to turn until you have completed that step. So try to show that split position off on the landing, and after you step forward, then you turn, okay? This looks pretty good, except for the rocket man position with your hands. We want those hands to remain separated. Okay, good run and skip step here. Very aggressive. Good extension. Try to show a little more extension here with your arms. Get them up and together. A straight line from your hands through your shoulders and hips to your rear foot would be ideal. Okay, we can do this a little better. Now let's look at this and see if you're leaping off of your foot here as well. Pretty close. Okay, this is better. I can see your hands touching now and your foot's just coming off the floor. That's pretty good. Pretty good extension through the shoulders. I'll let this one slide. Okay, but we got to work on this on the front handspring. Okay, here you should be pushing tall through your handstand here. Instead, you're starting to pop that head up, and that's putting an angle in your shoulders, which makes you land, boom, shy of your power position. Okay, when your feet hit, I want you rotated so that your knees are over your ankles, your hips are behind your feet, and your shoulders are above your hips. Okay, you're not quite there. Okay. And because of that, you're having to roll your knees forward and you're losing power. You're also going a little high on the back handspring, okay? Looks to me like this is not quite a half body length. Let's see. Yeah, I guess it is. It's not too bad. Hands are a little crooked. Okay, and the same landing here. You're not in that power position. So you're losing power on your back handsprings, and we want to accelerate on these back handsprings, not slow down. Okay? Good landing, good stick. I think you got the stick on that. Okay? So not a bad set. Let's let's look at the illustrations and talk about particulars here. I remember that your floor routine looked pretty darn sharp, right? You're pretty darn sharp. The dive roll was nice and high and very extended. You looked like you rolled through the handstand. All that looked good. Your cartwheel, step to your cartwheel close, looked good. Your back roll extension was a little archy, if I remember right, but pretty nice. The back roll, the straddle stand and press to the handstand, I think was okay. I can't remember whether you hopped or not, Luke, but that's certainly been a problem in practice. We need to make sure we get that down, and we need to hold that handstand so that you can get that virtuosity bonus as well as the bonus for the press handstand. That would give you 6/10 there. Pike down to the stand, I think you did okay with that. Okay, the front handspring, again, you're diving off your foot. We want to rotate under the hands instead. Rebound looked good. Step to the handstand was good. Full pirouette. We brought form on. Didn't quite complete the turn. Probably hit you, you probably lost about 4/10, I would say, on your handstand full pirouette after getting the 5/10 back for doing it. So, you know, that was kind of a wash, you know. We need to clean that thing up so you get all of that 5/10 as a bonus. Okay. Sisson, not quite greater than 90 degrees. Round up back handspring, you got the bonus for the second back handspring, but they're a little high and you're losing power on them. You did get the stick bonus, I believe. Okay, so let's go on to mushroom. Okay, short and sweet. Let's pull that back a little bit. And we'll look at the slow-mo here. But first of all, let's look at the routine in the illustrations here. So let me bring this up just a little bit in size. So here we go. This is the level 5 routine for mushroom. And from your floor feint, you do one double leg circle. Okay, and if you do that with really clean form, less 1/10 or less in execution errors, you can earn virtuosity. So you can get a bonus point for doing a really clear circle. Okay, and so the second part is to repeat that circle, a second double leg circle. And then the first bonus that's available is to add 2 double leg circles for a bonus of 5/10. That would give you a total of 4 circles at this point. Okay, but you didn't do that. We need to do that. Luke, you're quite capable of doing 4 circles in the early portion of your routine. And then we'd like to begin to be able to put in a spindle, a half spindle as well. If you do the half spindle, that will add 5/10 to your routine, but it needs to be done with good clean form and proper hand placements. Haven't been working flares too much, but we can get 5/10 more for flares as well. I want you to begin to work on these. Your circles are good enough so that you can do this, Luke. We've just got to get a little more strength for lifting your legs to do flares, okay? And then lastly, after you do either the spindle, the half spindle, I should say, or the flares, you're to repeat 1 more circle for your third part. That would be 5 circles if you did the 2 double leg circles as a bonus, or 3 circles, and then you do the half circle dismount. So your entire routine was 3 circles and the half circle dismount. So you did the bonus or the basic routine. You did get the stick bonus at the end of this, but you didn't have any other bonuses besides that, unless they decided to give you virtuosity for your circles. And your form on your circles, Luke, was pretty good. Let's look at the video again, and let's break this down. So this is your first circle, okay? Back it up here to the beginning. We didn't get your floor feint, so this is your first circle. 1, 2, and so far your form has been really clean. A little piked in back. I want you to lift your heels a little bit more in back instead of lifting your hips, okay? Here's your third circle. On this circle, you kind of fell hard on that right hand, and you're drawing your hips behind you here, pressing your hips, and that's forcing you to break form. So you're beginning to bend your left knee here, and they're probably going to hit you about 3/10 on this circle here. Now you've lifted the hips quite a bit. That's pressing. We don't want you to be pressing here. Okay, and then landing. Pretty good landing, good stick, and finishing position. So not too bad of mushroom. Let's let's go ahead and look at rings. We'll run this through full speed first. Okay, you jumped to support and you broke form right there at the beginning. This looks pretty good. Good L-sit. Kind of a short hold though. Kind of a hard drop back too. I'm going to soften that a little bit. And we need that back lever, big guy. Just like we need that muscle up. Okay, we need to talk about this. Wait till we finish the dismount and I'll backtrack to it. Okay, so we've got some faults here on rings we've got to work on. Okay, as I said, you're separating your feet here as you're jumping to a support. Let's look at this. As you leave the floor, the routine starts, big guy. Okay, this is true for high bar and parallel bars as well. Your feet are apart here, and they're going to hit you 2 to 3/10 just on this, and you haven't even started your routine yet. Keep your form when you leave the floor. Okay, you're getting your false grip here. We need to extend our arms. We want to maintain that wrist flexion, but the elbows and the shoulders need to be extended. Okay, so you need to hang down farther than this at the beginning of your routine. Okay. Yep. As Marcus is pushing you up, you're flexing your feet a little bit. Your feet are moving around. We don't want to do that. Whoops, see that right foot's flexed? Okay, maintain your form throughout the muscle up. You're getting help, that should be quite easy to do. And by the way, with the getting help thing, we need to continue to work on these. Okay, it was probably 6 weeks to 8 weeks ago, Luke, that I predicted that you were going to be the first one to get your muscle up. You were quite close at that time, and we should have this down by now. We need to do more pull-ups, more dips, so that we can get this thing done. Okay, this is a really good full support position. Your hands are turned out nicely. The head is up, chest is up, hips are straight. Looks really good. Good L-sit, good turnout. The hold here, when it was running full speed, looked like it was a little bit short. Okay, let me back that up a little bit. And we'll see. I'm going to let it run here for a minute and let's see how close we get. 1001, 1000, see, that's a little short, okay? So we need to make sure that we hold that long enough. You bent your knees, don't know whether you noticed that or not, as you're dropping back right here, you bent your knees, drop into your pike inverted hang, and they're going to hit you 3/10 on that. The head should be buried here against your shins. That looks pretty good. We want a back lever here. Luke, I know you're having difficulty with this, and we continue to work on it, but you can work on this on any type of a chin-up bar you can find anywhere. The edge of your dinner table, you can work on this out of the gym so that you make more progress towards this, and it's huge, The guys who do not show the bonus skills on rings are going to be at a huge disadvantage because most of the kids are going to have this stuff down pretty pat. Okay, so here we are extending straight down into the German hang. And we need more flexion here too. It's going to help you a lot on parallel bars when you get the flexibility here. So we need to continue to pursue maximum extension in your German hang. If you have good extension here, that is with 160 degrees or more extension from your feet to your hands, you're going to get virtuosity for this. Okay. Hold on here is long enough. When you pull out, you need to get into a really nice tight pike hang. If I remember right, you're turning your head a little bit, twisting your head on this pull to your pike inverted hang. You want to keep that straight. They'll probably hit you a 10th if they see your head turning like that. Okay, and you want to hold that pike hang for just a moment and then cast. And your cast should go upward. Okay, your shoulders are rising just a tad. We want those shoulders to go up towards the rings and your feet and your hips to go up above the shoulders as the shoulders rise. Okay, you're not doing that, they're probably going to hit you 2-3/10 on that. Here's your backswing. Okay, that's as high as you get on your backswing, which is not bad. Your feet are about even with your shoulders. That's the minimum requirement. If you go above that, you can get virtuosity. But look at your hands and your head, okay? Your hands are in the overgrip high bar position. They're supposed to be turned to the outside, palms facing out here, and your head is supposed to be down, okay? So you're going to get hit anywhere from 1 to 3/10 for that error. On the front swing, you're supposed to show turnover, and your shoulders should rise. Your shoulders are rising here a little bit, but your feet and your hips are not above your shoulders. So they're going to deduct for that as well. Another backswing. Okay, high bar hand still, the head is still up. Those are false. Here's your backswing or your forward swing. Shoulders are rising again. You're getting a little better with that, but you're not showing enough turnover. Get the feet and hips above the shoulders. Backswing. Okay, hands are turned out a little bit there, but the head is still up and your elbows are bent here as well. Okay, that shows some faults in your swing. We need straight arms, hands turned out, head down. Okay, and here's your flyaway. Again, this is just like the turnover swings. Your shoulders should rise, Your head should stay neutral, just like a good bound up for a back tuck on floor, but you're throwing your head back and your shoulders are not rising here. Okay, your shoulders are directly below the hands and the rings here. Okay, and if your hips and your knees pass through the arms like this, that is considered a tuck, skin the cat, and then a release. And that is not a flyaway. So you're losing the full value of the flyaway. That's probably at least 5/10 that you're going to get deducted for this. So these are significant problems that we've got to overcome if you want to maximize your score on rings, big guy. Okay, so let's look at the ring illustrations and just talk about those one more time. Come down here to the rings. Okay, we need a muscle up without a spot. Okay, and we get 5/10 added to your score. We need to hold that L-sit for a good full 2 to 3 seconds. Okay, it can't be borderline. It's too precious a skill to hold it a short period of time. Your drop back needs to be horizontal. You need to show that tight pike. Then we need a back lever. Okay, and we need to get good extension in this German hang after that back lever. Then we need to pull out, keeping our head straight, and cast so that our shoulders rise to ring height and our hips and feet are above our shoulders here. Okay? On your backswing, you want to get your body horizontal if possible. Okay? That doesn't necessarily mean as high as the rings. Okay? But the feet should be as high as the shoulders, and you're getting there. Front swing again, we want to show turnover. Back swing, we want to be above horizontal. Get your feet higher than your shoulders on your back swing. The head is down, the palms are turned to the outside. Show turnover again on the front swing. Get high on that back swing. And then on your flyaway, make your shoulders rise so that they're ring height or above, and your hips and your feet and your knees are all above your shoulders as you release the rings. Okay? And that needs to be done before you swing through the rings. Try to open your body just like you do on your back tuck, on the tumble track, or on floor. Open before your body is horizontal. Here, extend, and then stick that landing. Okay? So, got a ways to go on rings. That's a good thing and a bad thing. Okay, a good thing in that there's a lot of bonus things you could be adding to your overall score on that particular event. Okay? Let's go back to the video and let's go to our next event. We'll go to this full speed. Got 3/10 there on your landing, by the way. We didn't get the stick and you lost 3/10 as well. So here is your vault. Your vault was terrific. I couldn't find too many things to say that are negative about your vault, big guy. You had a good fast run. You had a nice arm swing. You had a rising forward summit. You had good extension out of it. The only thing that I could fault you for on the vault is your landing, or possibly you could be touching your knees or your shins during the front tuck. Good run, good arm swings, good takeoff. Probably 2/10 deduction there on the landing. Pretty darn good. Pretty darn good. And this is all that we've got of your last two events. Your high bar drop to your feet. I don't remember too much about your P-bars and your high bar. So we'll just have to wait, I guess, until the next meet to give you some feedback on these. By and large, from what I saw on the video, a pretty good meet, Luke. Floor X was strong. Your mushroom, you had your minimum requirements there, but it was pretty clean. Steel rings, pretty clean, but we don't have any of the bonus work that we want to get, and we've got to correct the faults that we're making on our swings and our tuck flyaway. Great vault. We'll just continue to work and get better and better. Hang in there, buddy.